Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto my power, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father. Yahweh Shai is the name of His only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly called Jesus. These are the names we call upon in hope of salvation, deliverance from our oppressors, being taken from this lower state, this condition of hell, right, that we have to face and undergo, right, this fiery trial, to then be delivered into a land where it floweth milk and honey, no more pain, basically entering into rest, everlasting life, right, the riches of and the treasures of the kingdom, right. This is where we're trying to this is what we're working towards, right, through keeping the faith, being fruitful in our works, right. This is what we this is how we should be operating in these last days, being the Most High's peculiar treasure, right. And a lot of Israelites, a lot of these little nigglets out here ain't gonna hearken in these last days. But we need to make sure who does believe in Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, that we're putting our best foot forward and we're making a sincere effort to do better, right? A sincere effort to grow stronger and stronger day by day, right? Waxing stronger in the spirit. So we want to make sure, or I say all this to say, I say all that to say this, right? As it says in the book of Galatians, right? It says to walk. It says, "This I say then." Galatians 5:16, I believe. It says, "This I say then, walk in the spirit." Right, so we're meant to be walking in the spirit. Walking in the spirit means to constantly be in the mindset, or be of a sound mind, right? Being sober, being vigilant, being circumspect, using wisdom in our walk, applying the scriptures. That's walking in the spirit, right? Walking under the law. As we know, it says the law is spiritual. Right, so that's what we got to do. We need to follow the commandments. We need to keep the faith. These are all part of what's going to lead you to be walking in the spirit, right? So it says, "Walk in this I say then, walk in the spirit." So what it says, so I do not fulfill the lust of the flesh, and this flesh is very lustful, right? As brothers and sisters know, right? So we don't fulfill the lust of the flesh by walking in the spirit, right? Because the flesh wants to do everything that's contrary to what the spirit wants to do, because it says the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. These are contrary one to another, right? So what the spirit wants to do, well, you could tell yourself, "Hey, today I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna be better, I'm gonna eat healthy, I'm gonna look after myself," so on and so forth. And the flesh is tell you, "Hell nah, I ain't trying to. Hey, look, we staying where we're at right now. You gonna call the weed man, right? We gonna smoke some weed and we gonna chill out. We gonna do all that shit that you talking about. We gonna do that tomorrow." That's the flesh, right? All those plans that you got, right? That we gonna deal with that in a couple of days. Right now, we trying to chill today, and the flesh, every day is a chill day to the flesh. Every day to the flesh is a day of wanting to fulfill the lust of it, right? Which means indulging in unsound practices, also everything that comes with the lust of the flesh. Everything that comes with the lust of the flesh, whether it's overeating, eating crap, listening, watching garbage, right? Junk food, spiritually and spiritual and physical junk food, right? Because you can junk food on a spiritual level would be watching stuff that's not profitable to you, not gonna have you gain wisdom, stuff that's unprofitable, right? Stuff that's basically junk food on a spiritual level, because as the scriptures say, we shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. So we're not we're meant to be eating this soul food, if you like, right? So, food that's good for the soul, good for the spirit, right? Spiritual food, right? Which is ultimately the meditating in the scriptures. You know, so that's the spiritual side of things. But we also can't make the excuse of, okay, well, the flesh profiteth nothing. We understand the flesh profiteth nothing because we're meant to walk in the spirit. That doesn't mean that we destroy our temple by fulfilling the lust of the flesh. That still means that you have to keep your body in a good estate. And it says that, and I've brought this out a few times recently in the last few months. I'm on the road, so I don't want to, I'm not going to try to pull too much up. But I know it's in Sirach, I think 31, where it says, or Sirach, the 30th chapter, where it says, let me see if I can just quickly, 30 and 15, I read like, so it says, health and good estate of body are above all gold. So we need to keep that in mind. Even though you'll say the flesh profiteth nothing, we know that body exercise profiteth little, but it still profits, right? Keeping our body and our vessel in a good estate is also a must, right? We have spiritual food that's going to benefit us, and there's also physical food that's going to benefit us rather than the junk that you might be eating. So it's about bettering ourselves physically and spiritually, right? We don't want to be slothful. We want to have enough energy to serve Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Now, some stuff that you're putting into your body, into the flesh, is not profitable or beneficial for the energy that you need to serve Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. You never know also when shit might hit the fan. Now, we're not saying, or I'm not saying that it's gonna majorly profit you, but you want to be looking after your well-being, right? Your well-being, so you have a good, healthy body to be able to serve Yahweh B'Shem. That's what it's all about. Giving our body, right? So it says giving our body as a living sacrifice. So we need to make sure that our body is in a reasonable state to give it as a living sacrifice, because you don't want to be you don't want to put a hindrance on your walk. For example, if you're someone that goes out on the highways and you're being unhealthy to yourself, there might be days where you've done something to your flesh. Now you can't make it out to the highways, you don't have energy, so on and so forth. We want to make sure that we're doing the best we can to serve Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, and that means keeping your temple in a good estate as well. We're not defiling the temple, right? So it says health and good estate of body are above all gold, right? And strong body above infinite wealth. So it's actually better to have a healthy body than infinite wealth, as the scriptures read, right? Right. So putting that extra bit of money into, because what they do is all this junk food and all this garbage that they give you, they sell it for cheap, and you might get like a buy one get one free deal on some bullshit, you know, on some pizza, or you know. And there's nothing wrong here and there to have these things, but you don't want to be overindulging in stuff that's not really gonna have you have energy, right? Or have you in the right frame of mind, because it does say as well, you are what you eat. And I mean that more on the spiritual side, but also on a physical side. You want to make sure that you're looking after yourself, man. You know, it says there is no riches above a sound body. So we want to make sure, as well as having a sound mind, that we have a sound body, right? We want to be in shape. You don't want to, as they say, let yourself go, you know, because that's what you'll find. Brothers, sisters that have come into this truth, they might have been, for example, I know, you know, a few brothers can attest to this that I actually know. You know, you was a weed smoker, for example. You was a weed smoker, right? And you know, you smoke weed every day, you get the munchies, you'll eat, but smoking weed somehow keeps your weight leveled out, right? We call it like a weed diet. You know, you're on a weed diet, you know, it kind of levels it out. But people might have, you know, brothers might have put away the smoking, as we're meant to do, you know, returning onto our heritage, but then replace that smoking with another addiction, right? Or a habit, right, that is not beneficial, like overeating, right? You're replacing it with overeating, but not just overeating garbage. It says death is better than a bitter life or continual sickness. And when you eat these things, right, you get sick, just like it says in Isaiah 1:5, the whole head is sick. So just like we can get spiritually sick, we'll be more physically sick if we're not being circumspect and we're not using wisdom with what we're putting into our vessels, man. You know, it says it's He that have made us and not we ourselves. So we have to look after the temple that was given unto us, right? We are the temple of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, so we want to make sure we're not defiling it, right? And you know, we don't want to make the excuse also of oh well, you know, all the food on this side's defiled anyway. But there's food that is more beneficial, but you have to put, as it says, it's above riches. You want to be putting maybe that little bit more money. And I know, hey, shit's tight right now, you know, for some, right? But you want to be putting those extra little bit of chips into buying stuff that's more healthy, cooking at home for yourself and stop getting like takeouts and stuff. That's a waste of money. You know, it's cheaper to like you know, make a batch of food healthy anyway, you know, rather than going to a takeout and getting some garbage food cooked by some Elamite and you know, some dirty Elamite, and you know, you kind of wasted your money. It's unhealthy. So yeah, it's about, I guess this is just encouraging brothers and sisters to not only have a healthy, sound mind, which is meditating in the scriptures, whether it be meditating in the scriptures. I know some brothers, sisters find it hard to read, listening to audio Bible, watching brothers out there on the highways and hedges, watching brothers doing sit downs, you know, that's the spiritual food that you need to not get sick. This is what's going to bring us health. As the scriptures say, right, He is the health, the healing health, not ganja smoke, right? The healing, the true healing is from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So that's the first and foremost. We want to put the spiritual things first and not the carnal. So we walk in the spirit, right? We eat the spiritual food, right? We don't live by bread alone, but every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, applying the scriptures, that we stay mentally healthy and don't get mentally sick or have a dis-ease, right? Because this is what this place promotes and pushes, and this is why it's about being set apart, right? So that's number one. But number two, you don't just forget about the flesh that you're in, right? Because we have to be able to rule over our flesh and not give it what it wants, when it wants, how it wants, because that's what the flesh wants. And what these damn devils do is they put every single desire in front of your face that then you give in to the flesh. We don't want to be given into the flesh, right? We want to make sure that we're able to rule over our spirit and our spirit rule over our flesh, right? That's you with a sound mind, right? And to help with that, right, we don't want to weaken the body by putting garbage into it, right? Also, we want to keep it moving and not have us, you know, if you leave something stationary like a car, it's going to rust up. We want to make sure that we don't rust up. As we keep spiritual oil, we keep the oil in our lamps burning, right? We keep the oil burning in our lamps. We want to make sure that we're oiling up our vessels as well by eating healthy stuff and keep it moving. Although bodily exercise profiteth little, it's still going to profit you to keep, you know, go for a little walk, do some body weight exercises, whatever the case may be, to keep you in a healthy state. As we know, it says this above wealth, you know, a good state of body is above wealth. So I guess that's the message, man. You know, try and be healthier. You know, do stuff that's going to benefit you, your vessel, so you got more energy. You know, you got the extra boost to give your body as a living sacrifice to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, because that's ultimately what it's all about, glorifying Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, right? That's the spirit we should be in, and we need to have a sound body and a sound mind to do so. I believe we need to put off things that we're struggling with and walk in the spirit continually, right? By praying, fasting, and supplications unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So that's all I got. I want to give all honor, glory, and praises unto my power Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Adon Matazah, that was edifying. Until next time, I want to say shalom, shalom.